Welcome to Tansson TV Plus. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Mom.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We always love doing this. And Mom, we have another finale.
Yes, we do. Today we're going to talk about the finale of Frasier along with the season itself.
Yeah, so there's a season 2 finale, season 2 episode 10, which is titled
Father Christmas.
Yes, and so this debuted on November 14th. And Mom, we can go ahead and dive right into the season finale.
All right, and very briefly, Brandon, basically this is about, the episode centers around Alan and his daughter, and it is Christmas time, and Alan realizes that his children are going to be in town, but his daughter does not want anything to do with him at this time, and so he is missing his daughter along with his grandchild.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and we should mention that he has not even met his grandchild, was even told that the grandchild existed.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
But yes, and so, first of all, Mom, what did you think about this episode?
I liked the episode. I thought it brought full closure to the season. But yes, I did like the episode because I always kind of like how they are conniving a little bit, meaning that the characters are kind of conniving. And I like the way they were trying to figure out information about his daughter coming into town and how they were going to seek her out when she came in.
Yeah, so it definitely was very interesting. Like I said, seeing how they're sleuthing it, and that, truly, Alan said, "Yeah, leave it alone. I just want to enjoy my enjoy my Christmas. Can we just have this as a normal day?" But nope, Frasier cannot listen.
No, he can't. And then I also got a kick out of David and the fact that he was kind of creating all of these gingerbread houses.
Yes, I thought that was quite a delightful and joyous way to have David be given a task through the episode.
Yes, it was a task that they didn't think would go as far as it did.
Yeah, and I will say too, I really liked the character of David, and something I've noticed throughout the season is that they've given him tasks to do.
Yeah, he doesn't have quite a storyline. He's the task giver, or maybe that is a storyline. I don't know, but yes.
But yeah, and so within this, of course, we have to have a jolly happy ending, and so we do see that Alan and his daughter are reunited, but it's another character that's not Frasier, and is not part of this plan that puts it all together.
Yeah, tell us about it, Brandon.
Yeah, so it is Freddie, as he realizes that Alan's daughter wants nothing to do with him, and after the plan sort of all blew up in their faces, it was Freddie that went out and reached out to her and said, you have to learn about your father and forgive him if you choose to do so on your own time. We can't force you to do it, and because this is your life, and we know that your relationship wasn't always in a good place, and so it was Freddie's understanding of it that was able to get her to sort of change her mind and begin building the bridge.
Yeah, and then something that actually happened during that conversation also is they kind of realized how much their lives were very similar, which I found kind of interesting.
Yeah, and so it does make me think a little bit about even the differences between the characters of Frasier and Alan.
Yeah, I mean, they appear very different, but I guess in essence they are a little bit alike in how they kind of both went off for their dream, and they did leave their family, although they kept in touch, or throughout the years.
But yeah, and diving a little bit further into just the season as a whole, and of course we'll hit back on the episode itself, is that I've noticed that, at least in my thoughts, is whereas we've seen Frasier throughout this new version of the series, that of course while he's very caring towards his loved ones and especially Freddie, is that he also tends to just insert himself in these situations.
Well, it's the name. Yes, he inserts himself in all of these situations. But I will say, if we're able to speak about the season itself, I do like the way they've kind of progressed the storyline. They mentioned this, and I can't remember which episode, in which they talked about the relationship that Alan had with his daughter, or how it got worse over the course of the years, and how they kind of brought everything together for the last episode.
Yes, I really like that, and I think I mentioned at the very beginning, I don't think I said in the conversation, though, is that I said, well, I think, by the way this is describing, at the very beginning, since he was speaking about his daughter within the first 2 episodes, is that I'm hoping that, they get reunited by the season finale, and sure enough, they do indeed.
Yeah, they did. They did a nice job, actually. I thought, making all the connections and everything like that.
Yeah, and to go back to the point I was mentioning earlier, whereas Frasier typically inserts himself and has his normal witty humor, is that Alan, we had seen him up to this point in time of season, within the first season, as someone that was very sarcastic. He doesn't really care much about anything, and he doesn't even attend his own classes that he teaches. But but I feel like this season we got a different side of Alan.
Yeah, they it looks like they were trying to explore a new character, and really, Alan didn't have a backstory because he wasn't in the original, so there was not a backstory there. So I'm glad that they actually gave him a backstory, and I'm pretty sure there's more for Alan that they're able to bring out. They've mentioned a son now, so maybe he'll come out in the future. And so, or maybe Alan will have more of a role in his daughter's life now, along with his grandbaby.
But yes, and but with this too, for Alan, is that even when we see that he is his normal, sarcastic self that doesn't care much about anything, is that he does actually secretly, care about a lot of things and people.
Yeah, he does. And they last year they kind of touched a little bit, and I hope they kind of bring this point forward also with David. And David and Alan kind of had a little bit of a connection, and I kind of hope that they bring that back again also in the future seasons.
Yes, and that was especially within that season one finale, which both of these finales were holiday episodes, Christmas specifically.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, and so overall, like to do a little compare contrast, like what do you think comparing the two season finales, which both are Christmas episodes?
Well, I thought they did a nice job. I thought it was interesting. They both ended on a party. They, I, I just kind of, I like them both, and I like the way that Frasier's kind of played in them. Although he was not necessarily, I believe, for both of them. I don't think he was the main plot twist in both the episodes. Whereas this one's Alan. I think it was Freddie for the other one. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember back to last season. But I do like the way that they wrapped it up together, and they kind of brought the whole season together.
Yeah, and I'm gonna speak about the concept of seasons, in a moment. But yes, but in last year's episode, that was the one where Freddie was trying to help both his father and Eve, and going back and forth and whatnot. But the big surprise there was that Ross shows up for the first time.
Oh yes, yes, that is true. Yes, and Roz was in this episode too, so I guess that brings us full circle to that.
Yeah, and she was practically semi-regular in the season.
Yeah, she was. She was in quite a few. Hopefully, if she remains in in the show, I hope they kind of give her a little bit more of a storyline per se. I know right now she's just kind of here and there, and she speaks about her daughter.
Yeah, and my personal thought, if the show, is able to continue with another season, and my thought, personally, is that Roz will probably be added to the main cast. I mean, with the way that they've slowly add her in, because truly, when the series began, there was no reason as to why both Frasier and Roz would be in Boston, but now she has the reason since she lives there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, we presume that she's made the move anyway.
Yeah, she's there often enough. We think she has.
But yeah, because they did have a whole episode about that, where Frasier was telling her to, leave the past, Seattle behind. And speaking of Seattle, we do find out what happened to Niles and Daphne.
Oh yes, they're in Arizona, if I remember correctly. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. All right.
But yes, and we do get another tribute to, of course, Frasier's father, Martin.
Yes, we do.
And so, Mom, I did want to ask us while we're speaking here. So, did you have any standouts for this season two?
I did. There were two episodes that stood out for me. First of all, the first was the murder mystery episode. I really kind of like that, and the other one was My Brilliant Sister. I absolutely love that episode. I laughed nonstop on that one, and so those are the two episodes that kind of stand out for the season for me. Brandon, how about you?
Oh yes, definitely those two stood out. The episode My Brilliant Sister, episode 7 of the season, was so funny with Olivia and Olivia's sister. And since she has spoken so much about the sister, more so in season 1 than season 2, that I like that we're able to. I like that we're able to put a face to the name, and it didn't disappoint.
Yes, yes, and that was, an excellent episode. So I really, really liked that episode.
But yes, and the murder mystery in the episode Murder Most Finch, I thought was hilarious as well, and the whole who done it. And I like that we were able to incorporate some of those extra characters, especially like Dev, for instance, that we saw in season one. You know, the provost that were able to bring him back into the fold. Because I just thought he is, specifically was hilarious, but everyone was hilarious in that episode.
Yes, they did a great job on that episode.
But yes, and one other moment. I mean, there were a few moments throughout, but one of my other favorite moments, though, were in regards to when Freddie had to go to the therapist. More so, the part with him and Alan trying to put the Freddie's records back into the cabinet.
Yeah, I think you were more amused by that one than I was, but yes.
But yes, although I do like Frasier's agent BB and her hilarious mind games with Frasier and his potential daughter, potentially not. That was not.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Brand, do you think you'll be renewed for a season next season?
I have no idea. I hope so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I said I hope so too. So what are your thoughts? What do you if it is renewed, what do you hope that they do next season?
You know, so first of all, I love Alan. Alan, I think, is probably my favorite character now.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I want to see, like you were saying a little bit earlier, I want to see more of Alan and David together, but I kind of want to give David a like some sort of storyline, something that he can sort of add to the table, because I really do like his character, and I do actually notice it when he's not there in the episode. But in the same regards, as we've been mentioning before, he's been doing a lot of side quests, and barely any scenes. So I would like to, give him something to do. Maybe we can see more of him as Alan's assistant.
Yes. No, see, for me, I really want Freddie to have his own storyline. I know that the series is supposed to be about Freddie and Frasier, but we rarely see them together per se, or just working together. And I think that's something that they could do that I think will work really well, because I like to see them together. So I would like for them to actually give Freddie a storyline where he is not drinking. He is truly just a son to his father, and kind of has his own storyline.
Yes, I definitely like that as well. I would like to. I don't know. I want to see him do some of the hijinks that Frasier did and Frasier and his dad did, actually.
Yeah, that would be fun to watch too.
But yeah, I mean, we've gotten some like bits of it here and there, but we haven't gotten like an extended bit of it in quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Mom, is there anything else that you want to discuss for this finale of Frasier?
No, actually, Brandon, I really enjoyed the season, and like I said, I hope it's renewed for the next year.
Yes, I hope it is too, and I hope it gets more episodes than just 10 per season.
Yep, same here.
Oh, and actually, there is one thought I did want to add too.
Uh-huh.
And that is, since we were mentioning seasons earlier, that the timeline of the season is all over the place.
It is all over the place. I was glad to see that they ended it in this time period, but yes, it has been all over the place.
Yeah, we started off with like Valentine's Day, and now we're back at Christmas. So
Yeah.
maybe it's the year.
Maybe it is. Yes.
But yes. Oh, and for next season, I hope that we get more of Eve's baby John.
Yeah, because he's a perpetual baby.
Yeah, he's somewhere off screen.
Yeah, because I think we saw him once, maybe this season. Twice.
He did at least get an episode.
Yeah, he got an episode, but yeah, not much of one. And who's watching this child? But anyway, thank you so much for everybody for joining us today.
And we'll see you next time.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.